Guys, welcome. Today I'm going to be tier listing each of my fragrances. I have 27 total with, let's say, about 15 to 20 big bottles, somewhere around there, and then I have decant bottles as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So first up is Afghan Zenfone Elixir. Spicy, sweet, really sophisticated. Most expensive smelling because it's a dupe of really expensive JPG Vanilla Elixir. And this is a good kind of night out, signature scent type of fragrance. It's not one I would wear every day just because it's super strong and unique. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the A tier. I think it's really, really good. Not one of the very, very best that I have, but it's good. You have All Fruits number 29 next. Now this is a Dior Sauvage dupe, and it's good. I just find it to be a little bit plain. It's not something that really excites me to wear. So it's not going to be very high up on the tier list, but it's solid. So I think solid. I think C tier. So I'm going to put it there. Art of Universe by Lattafa. Really fruity, which is kind of interesting. I don't think it smells bad, but it's just not something that I go to, and it's not my type of scent profile either. So I'm going to put it in D tier. Next up is Egyptian Attitude by Alexandria. It dupes one of my very favorites, and for the longest time, this was my favorite DNA I've ever smelled, being Armani's Attitude. And it's really, really, really good, but I wouldn't have it at the very top. I'd have it at A+. There's a few things that I've smelled that I just like a little bit better, but it's still amazing. Baldafreak Absolute by Byredo. This is one of the ones that I just like a little bit better than Egyptian Attitude. It's the floralness of it, just the airiness. It's really fresh and sweet, and it's such a classic. I'm in love with this stuff, and it's gonna go nice. Now, similarly, Balder Freak EDP, really, really good. Pretty similar on the opening to Absolute, but it's not as complex on the dry down. It's more one dimensional. That being said, it's still phenomenal, and I'm gonna put it in A+ tier. So Blue Memoir, my second Alexandria fragrance. I just want a decant of this one, but it's good. It's solid. It's a pretty basic, fresh blue type of smell, but it's not one of my very favorites. There's nothing too unique about it. So for that reason, I would put it in C2. Coach New York now, a recent buy for me, one of my big bottles, and it's one of my very favorite big bottles. It's really good. It's kind of like what you describe an Alt Farouche or a Blue Noir to be, which are both in C tier, but I think it's more unique, more complex, and it just smells, nicer, more. There's more depth to it, and it just smells like something higher end. So I really, really enjoy it, and I think I'm gonna put in A. It's not quite A+ level, but it's still really good. So next we have Ferris Al Arab by Mason Israr. This is one of the couple of Clive Christian Blonde Amber dupes I've smelled, and unfortunately never got to smell the real thing, but I tried Art of Arabia 3, which is phenomenal, and this is just as good, if not a little bit better. Just really complex with equal parts sophisticated depth and complexity with a rich vanilla gourmand type of smell. So it's absolutely great. Um, you can still, there's a little part of it that you can still tell is a dupe. So it wouldn't be at the very top for me, but the DNA is phenomenal. I can just tell based on the swallow that that blonde amber is like a masterpiece. So this one's really, really good. It's really unique, which I enjoy about it. I think I'm gonna put it in A. It's teetering on A+, but I would say it's at the top of it. So Guess Dare. Yeah, it's pretty standard, pretty basic. Out of all of the smells that I own, I would say this is my least favorite, just because it isn't super unique. And even for being something that's standard and pretty safe, I just don't think it's quite to the level of even an Alt Farouche or a Blue Noir. So I'm gonna throw it big too. Kalaj Island Dreams. Now, this is teetered between kind of the middle of my collection to the bottom, based on what I like the most. It's You have to really like the lemony, fresh, citrusy notes to enjoy this one. It's not one I reach for much. I can't tell you the last time I wore it, to be honest. And I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets by some that say it's just lemon cleaner. I can definitely respect the opinion and see where they come from with that. I think it's decently nice. It's just not one I reach for very often at all. And for that reason, it's going to go ahead and go into two. Jimmy Choo Man Blue. For a while, and you guys can actually look at my very first TikTok, this was my favorite in my collection when I only had only 7 bottles. So definitely holds a special place in my heart. One of my best friends recommended this one to me, and I fell in love with it. And it's really good. It's still one of my probably higher end fragrances, but it's not one of the very, very best at this point with some of the upgrades I've made. So I'm gonna put an A tier because I still think it's amazing, but it's not one of the very, very best. Kamikawa is solid. It's grown off me just a little bit in the short month that I've owned it, but it's solid. It's one I would pull out for a special occasion, cool weather type of night, but definitely not something I'd wear every day. Definitely not something I'd even wear super often in the cooler weather. So I'm not gonna put it in a D tier, but I would definitely. Well, yeah, I think C is where it belongs for sure. Yeah, put it in C. Ladita for him by Robbie Prestige is really good. It's a Lies on Myself and Strong with You kind of collaboration inspired by. So it's not at the very top. It's not one of the. It's not S tier. It's not A plus. But I think it'd be really near the top of A. So it's really good, really solid. And honestly, my collection is pretty dominated by A tier fragrances in my own taste. So this one's gonna go in A. Ronald de Bob by Rabiat Prestige, second Rabiat Prestige in a row. And this is similar to Ladita. I do prefer Ladita, but I don't think there's a tier break between the two. I definitely think this might be lower in the A tier, but still within that tier. It's really good, really complex, unique, cool other type of scent that's good for signature scent. It's good for night out. I just think it's really solid. So it's going to be an A tier for me. Midnight Pour Homme would be at the bottom of C tier. I think it's good. It's solid. It's a level above something like Guess Dare, but it's a similar scent profile. I believe it's one of the Aqua de Joe clones. It might be Profumo. I can't remember for sure. Or Profundo. I think it's Profundo, but either way, it's a solid aquatic, fresh type of smell. And it's good. I don't pull it out often, but it's solid, and I think C tier is where it belongs. So Barredo's Mojave Ghost Absolute, that's going to be S tier for me. It's one of my favorites that I've smelled. It's Mojave Ghost EDP, but more complex with more depth. The fresh citrusy floral notes in here are just a masterpiece. It reminds me of Balda Freak. It's not quite as good, but it's definitely on that same tier, and it just smells phenomenal. So it's going to go S. Similarly, Mojave Ghost EDP is good, but not great. It's great. It's not as great as Absolute, I should say. Similar to the Absolute for Balda Freak and the EDP for Balda Freak in that comparison, Mojave Ghost EDP isn't quite as complex as the Absolute. It doesn't perform as well, project as well, but the initial smell of it is super similar. Not quite enough to put it in S tier, but it's definitely comfortable in the A plus tier. Mont Blanc Legend Red. Now, this is a sleeper. I don't see a lot of people talking about this one. I think Mont Blanc Legend Spirit or the original Mont Blanc, those get definitely more traction on the internet. But Mont Blanc Legend Red, one of my friends traded for a few of my other bottles, and I just think it's really good. It's similar to Jimmy Choo Mandarin, so it's going to go in A. I put those together for a reason. It's florally and citrusy and fresh, but I don't think there's as much vanilla cool notes in there as much as the Jimmy Choo. It's more of a citrusy, woody type of cool notes, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to describe unless you put your nose on it, but I think it's really good, and I think it's comfortably an A tier. Olfactory Music Fest is a comfortable C tier for me. It's kind of funny we don't have any B's so far. I think this would be potentially close to being a B, probably near the top of the C tier, but it's just not quite on the level of what a B would be. It's good. There's some weirdness to it. It's very, very unique. It's a cool weather. Kind of reminds me of Model the Bob, not quite as good because it tries to be different a little bit too much for my taste, but it's solid. It's complex. Smells decently sophisticated, but just not quite to the level of even what a B2 would be. Definitely not an A. Mutabur by Khalees is a niche collection from them that's inspired by Strong With You Sandalwood. And sandalwood's one of my favorite notes. I have some nostalgia with it. It's one of the things that got me into fragrances was that note. So this one's really good for that reason. It smells niche. I don't know what Strong With You Sandalwood smells like. I've never smelled the original, but this is a good rendition based on what I've heard. And I just like it a lot. So Strong With You Sandalwood's not something you can buy in the US or at least easily. So I think this is a good version of it. It stands out in my collection on its own 2 feet because it's just not quite like anything I own. It's just very different. And I like it a lot. So it's going to go into the B tier and be the first one in that tier. So it's going to go into B tier and it'll be the first one slotted in there. Another B tier, we're going to go with Royal Blend by French Avenue here. And this is a Killian's Angel Share dupe. And it's just solid. It's the whiskey notes, the cinnamon apple pie type of smell. And I do like Angel Share on the rocks a little bit better because there's that added like alcoholic scent to it. But this is still really good, really sweet, and solidly in B tier. One of the staples in my collection that I wear in cool weather, and it's just really good. So it's Suspiro Vibrato. This is one of the newer decants I got with the Byredo Absolute pack, and Vibrato is really, really nice. It's up there with the S's, but I don't think it's quite there. So I'm gonna give it an A plus. But it's gingery, citrusy. It's really fresh, like perfect summer smell is how I describe it. And it definitely smells niche, which it's always hard to explain what that means, but it just smells like it costs a lot of money, which it does. And I love it. This is one on my wish list, honestly, that I want to get eventually the full bottle of. So Afghan Supremacy Collector's Edition is another one up here for me. One of my favorite dupes that I've ever smelled, and just an awesome fragrance, an awesome rendition of Absolute Aventus by Creed. It's not quite as good. There's some more fruit notes that make the spicy masculine smell of Absolute more complex than Supremacy Collector's Edition, but Supremacy is still amazing. That DNA, it still does pretty well. I'd say 85-90% of the actual Creed bottle. So I'm going to solidly put it in A tier, not A plus, because I do love it, but I think it's a good A tier. Sucrot by Lattafa. It's an Aqua Joe dupe, and it's super aquatic, super woody, just a basic aquatic like blue fragrance with some woods in there that makes it slightly complex. And this is just such a good office everyday type of smell. And I like how it's safe, not just because I like safe fragrances necessarily, but it just does safe really well. So this one's gonna slot in here at the B tier for me, probably at the top of B tier. It's just really nice and something I pull out, use a whole bottle of probably within a year. So it's gonna go in B for me. Valentino EDT is one I actually forgot I own because I got it with a few other fragrances that I had in one big package, and this was in like a little decant, not a tiny decant bottle, but like I'd say a 10 milliliter size, and you can't even see the name of it very clearly or the juice. It's in like a blue bottle. It's got kind of chrome on the outside, so it's hard to tell. So I forgot I had it, but it's really good. It's one that was on my wish list for a while. Really safe, minerally aquatic, fresh type of fragrance with some added wood kind of vanilla notes in there that gives it some complexity and makes it smell a little bit more expensive. So I do like this one a ton. Out of all of these though, I think it's teetering between A plus. I'm gonna put it near the top of A though. I don't think it quite hits to the level of some of the A pluses here, but I think it's a good A tier fragrance for sure. So Vanilla Dunes by Cavalage is definitely my preferred Cavalage between that and Island Dreams. It's one that was introduced to me a while ago. I've owned it for a minute, and I just think it's a perfectly safe vanilla fragrance with some orange blossom in there that makes it fresh enough to not always wear it in the coldest days, but it's a cool day staple for me. It's something I could wear on a night out, whatever I'm doing as a signature scent. It's versatile enough because it's safe and it's just really good. So this one I'm gonna put in B tier for sure because it's super close to Royal Blend for me. The other day I did decide I do like this one a little bit better than Royal Blend, but they're similar, and I think B tier is where this belongs. Guys, that's gonna do it for the video today. That's my entire fragrance collection tiered out in tiers. So we have S tier, A plus, A, B, C, and D. And there's only a handful of these that I'm open to trading or selling, but regardless, I really do like my collection. I wish some of these decants were full bottles because some of my very favorites, as you can see, let's see, out of the top 6 here from A plus to S, only one of these I own a full bottle of being Egyptian Attitude. And even that bottle is only a 2 milliliter, so it would be nice to get some of these full bottles. They're just expensive, so gotta keep saving up, and we'll see where that takes me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I had fun making this tier list, and I will see you guys in the next video.